Today we are going to perform experiment via virtual lab platform, and the aim of this experiment is to calculate voltage gain of operational amplifier as an integrator and trace the output waveform by taking the sinusoidal input signal as well as the square waveform as an input signal. I would like to thank team of IIT Kharagpur for providing the virtual lab, and we are able to demonstrate experiment to our students easily via this interactive platform. The objectives of this experiment are: at the end of experiment, the student should be able to explain how operational amplifier works as an integrator, derive the gain of inverting operational amplifier as an integrator, and trace the output waveform for sine wave input as well as the square wave input. So I would like to give you some theory background about the integrator. So we will start with the introduction of operational amplifier, then what is inverting amplifier. We are going to discuss little bit about this, and finally we are going to discuss how operational amplifier can be used as an integrator. So how we define operational amplifier? Operational amplifier is basically a multi-stage direct coupled high gain negative feedback differential amplifier. Multi-stage means the various stages of amplification are used in the operational amplifier. So operational amplifier is nothing but an IC in which the various stages of amplification are there, and all the stages of amplification, they are cascaded via direct coupling arrangement. So as there is the multi-stage arrangement for amplification, so gain of operational amplifier is very high, and the negative feedback is employed in the system so that the gain remain stable. And why specifically this is called as operational amplifier? When operational amplifier that was discovered, so initially the purpose of operational amplifier, that is to perform certain mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, differentiation and integration. And nowadays operational amplifier is used for various other applications, like it can be used as a sign changer, oscillator, pulse generator, square waveform generator, triangular waveform generator, comparator, analog to digital and digital to analog converter, voltage to current converter, as well as current to voltage converter. This is the symbolic notation of operational amplifier. So we are going to use operational amplifier IC741 having two input terminals. Minus is designated as inverting input terminal and the plus is designated as non-inverting input terminal. This is the output terminal of operational amplifier, and that is working on dual power supply rail with plus VCC and minus VEE. Usually we take it plus minus 15 volt. So operational amplifier that can be operated in the three configuration under closed loop. When we are employing the either negative or positive feedback, usually we provide the negative feedback so that the gain remains stable. So three type of configuration can be employed. One is the inverting amplifier, second is the non-inverting amplifier, and third is the differential amplifier. This is the circuit diagram of operational amplifier in the inverting configuration, where the input is applied to inverting input terminal and the non-inverting input terminal is grounded. This is the input resistance and this is called as the feedback resistance in the inverting operational amplifier. Now if we remove this feedback resistance and employ here one capacitor in the circuit, so that becomes the circuit of operational amplifier acting as an integrator. So instead of putting here feedback resistance, we have put here one capacitor in the circuit. And why this is called as integrator? Because this circuit produces an output voltage which is proportional to the time integral of input voltage. So we need to understand the analysis of integrator so that we get the expression of output voltage in terms of input voltage. So we can see here, this is the node, this is called as the ground node, called as the virtual ground node. In the operational amplifier, this is a very important concept of virtual ground. If this non-inverting input terminal is physically grounded, so this node will behave as grounded, called as the virtual ground node. So if we apply KCL at this node, we can see here I1 is the input current that is flowing via this resistance R1. IB is the input bias current going inside the input circuitry of operational amplifier, and IF is called as the feedback current going in this feedback loop. So we can write KCL equation at this node as I1 is equal to IF plus IB, and we know that the input bias current that is supposed to be very small as compared to the feedback current. Ideally it should be 0. So if we are neglecting IB as compared to IF, so we get I1 is equal to IF. So if we are writing the nodal equation for I1, so how we can write nodal equation? This is the node voltage V1. At this node, the voltage we are taking is VG, and resistance in between is R1. So how we write nodal equation? The difference of two node voltages divided by resistance in between. So we can write I1 as V1 minus Vg divided by R1, and as we have discussed, this is the virtual ground node, so voltage at this node will be 0. So Vg we are putting is 0. So I1 we are getting is V1 divided by R1, and when we are writing the equation of feedback current here, so IF is the current flowing through this capacitor C, and in the capacitor the current can be calculated as I is equal to C dV by dt. So I is nothing but IF, that is equal to this capacitor C into dVc divided by dt, where Vc is the voltage drop across this capacitor. And what is the relation between the Vc and V naught? We can see the relation between this node, this is Vg, Vc and V naught. By the KVL equation we can write Vg as Vc plus V naught, and Vg is the virtual ground node, so voltage at this node will be 0. So we have Vc is equal to minus V naught. So we can put here Vc as minus V naught, so we get If is equal to C d minus V naught divided by dt. So we are putting here the value of I1 as V1 by R1 and IF as C d minus V naught divided by dt. Now we are integrating both sides with respect to time. So we get here 1 upon R1, integration is from 0 to t V1 dt, that is equal to minus C, because this is a derivative, and when we are integrating, so we get it here V naught with the time limit t and 0. So one time limit we are putting as t and then other as 0. So we get minus C V naught t plus C V naught at t is equal to 0. And we are taking this parameter at t is equal to 0 on the left side, because we need to calculate output voltage. So we are taking this parameter on the left side. So this becomes minus C V naught at t is equal to 0, that is equal to minus C V naught at time t. So when we are calculating V naught t, so we are putting this minus C also on the left side, so that becomes minus 1 by R1 into C, integration is from 0 to t V1 dt minus C V naught at t is equal to 0, and this we can take as constant. So finally we get the output voltage as minus 1 by R1 into C, integration is from 0 to t V1, that is the input voltage, dt plus K. So here we have the final expression of output voltage, and that can be seen as the integration of input voltage. That's why this circuit that is called as integrator. So here the operational amplifier is working as an integrator. And if we are providing the square wave to integrator, so in the square wave the amplitude in the positive side is A, and in the negative side this is minus A. So when we pass this square wave to integrator, so what integrator is doing, this is considered to be the ramp signal. So here the amplitude is A and here this is minus A. So this is converting this positive amplitude to negative going slope, and because this is working in the inverting configuration, that's why the slope is negative going, and corresponding to negative amplitude, this is converting it to positive going slope. So here the slope is minus a and here the slope is plus a. So in this way the square waveform that is converted to triangular waveform with the help of integrator. And if we are giving the sinusoidal signal as input signal, so sinusoidal signal, if we are taking integration of this signal, so we get the cosine waveform. So here we have the output as the cosine waveform to the when we are applying the sinusoidal signal to integrator, we get the cosine waveform as output. The few applications of integrator are, it can be used as a ramp generator, filter circuit, analog computer, signal wave shaping circuit, and the analog to digital converter. So if we are performing this experiment physically in the lab, so we are going to use operational amplifier IC741, capacitor in the feedback path with the value 0.1 microfarad, the input resistor that is 10 kilo ohm, or we can take it as 1 kilo ohm also. Then we need CRO to observe the input and output waveform, function generator to provide the input waveform, connecting wires, and the dual power supply rail plus minus 15 volt. This is the circuit diagram we are going to refer if we perform this experiment physically in the lab. And these are the steps to perform the experiment. First of all, we need to visit this website. Then we click on the list of experiment tab, and then the list of experiment that will pop out on the screen. Then we select the experiment, that is number 17, that is the study of differentiator and integrator using operational amplifier. We are going to perform integrator experiment. So we need to go through the theory of experiment. So I have also demonstrated theory of this experiment, and you can also go through the theory that is mentioned on the website. Then after that we need to go through the procedure of experiment. Step-by-step instructions are given. Then we go to simulation tab, click on this, that is integrator using the operational amplifier. Then we select, when we select the simulation of integrator using operational amplifier, so this is the window that will pop out on the screen. Then after that we click on this instruction, and guided instructions will be displayed, and we can go step by step according to the guided instruction and perform the experiment. And finally we need to trace the output waveform of operational amplifier as an integrator with the two type of input, that is the sinusoidal input signal and the square waveform input signal. And the expected output waveform, when we are providing the square input, the blue waveforms are the input waveform and the orange waveforms are the output waveforms. So when we are providing square waveform, we are getting triangular waveform, and when we are providing sinusoidal input, then we get the cosine waveform as output to the integrator. So this is the procedure that is displayed on the website. So we can go through the step-by-step procedure and perform the experiment. So let's go to website and perform the experiment step by step. Today we are going to perform experiment via virtual lab platform, and the aim of this experiment is to trace the wave shape of the output signal of operational amplifier as an integrator. So we are providing two type of input signal. The first, we are providing the square wave as input signal to integrator, and secondly we are providing the sinusoidal signal as input signal to integrator, and we are going to see the response of integrator for both the inputs, and finally we are going to trace the wave shape of the output signal for square wave input as well as sinusoidal input. So first of all, we need to understand the circuit connections, and we can see here in this circuit, this is the operational amplifier. Practically, when we are going to perform this experiment on breadboard, so we are going to use IC number 741. So this is the operational amplifier IC, and we are operating this operational amplifier in the inverting configuration. So in the inverting configuration, input is applied to inverting input terminal and the non-inverting input terminal is grounded. So if we have the circuit for inverting operational amplifier, then one resistance is put in the input circuitry called as input resistance, and the another resistance that is put in the feedback circuitry called as the feedback resistance. And when we are converting the inverting operational amplifier to integrated circuit, so we remove the feedback resistance from the inverting configuration of operational amplifier and putting here a capacitor in the circuit, and the circuit behaves as an integrator. So how to make the connections for operational amplifier acting as an integrator? So we have to follow the instructions mentioned here and go step by step to perform the experiment. So first of all, we need to make all the connections between the components. So we need to make the connection between the node 1 and the node 7. This is the first connection. Why? Because in the oscilloscope we have two channels, channel 1 and channel 2. So in the channel 1 we are going to observe the input waveform, and in the channel 2 we are going to observe the output waveform. That's why channel 1 node is connected to the input voltage by clicking on the node 1 and dragging it to node 7, so that we have connection between the node 1 and the node 7. Then second connection is made between the node 3 and the node 7, so that input gets connected with the circuit with the operational amplifier. The next connection that is made between the node 4 and 5, so that input resistance is connected to the inverting input terminal of operational amplifier. Then node 5 is connected to node 10, so that this capacitor that is in the feedback path that can be connected to the circuit, and one end of capacitor that is connected to node 5 and the another end of capacitor that is connected to output terminal that is at node 8. So next connection is made between the node 11 and the node 8, and then next we have connection between the node 12 and 6, because we are operating the operational amplifier in the inverting configuration. So non-inverting input terminal will be grounded. So we have connection between the node 12 and the node 6. And we need to make one more connection, that is between the node 8 and the node 9, so that we can observe the output waveform at channel 2 of CRO. So final connection that is made between the node 8 and the node 9. So these are all connection, and we can click here and check whether all the connections we have done correctly or not. So when we click here and the message displayed here is the right connection, that means we have done all the connections in the right way. Now the next message pop up here is set the value of resistance and the capacitor. So we need to set the value of input resistance and the feedback capacitor value. So let's put the value of this resistance at, let's say we take it at 10 kilo ohm, and we vary the value of this capacitor that we can put initially at 0.1 microfarad. So we have set the value of R as 10 kilo ohm and the capacitor value as 0.1 microfarad. So with the value of R and C, we can calculate the voltage gain of this operational amplifier acting as an integrator. Then after setting the value of resistor and capacitor, we are clicking on this on to start the experiment. So we have done all the initialization part. We have made all the connections. We have initialized the value of R and C. Now we need to provide the input waveform. So first part of this experiment, we are providing the square wave as input. So we double click here to provide the square waveform as input to this integrator. And now we need to check the output. So we click on the oscilloscope button and we check the output, and we know that in the integrator, if we are providing the square wave as input, so that will be converted to the triangular waveform with the help of this integrator. So now we can observe both the waveforms. If we observe the waveform at channel 1, we have the input waveform, that is the square waveform, because the input we have connected with the channel 1, and if we click on the channel 2, we observe the output waveform, that is the triangular waveform, and we have connected output node with the channel 2, so that at channel 2 we can observe the output waveform. Now let's say we click on dual, so we can observe both waveforms simultaneously. The blue one, that is indicating the input waveform, that is the square input waveform, and this orange one, that is the triangular waveform, that is the output waveform to the integrator, that is the triangular waveform. So we can vary now the frequency and the amplitude. So if we change the frequency, we have to increase the frequency by this knob here. So we can see that frequency of the waveform is changing like this. And if we change the amplitude, so we have the, if we are increasing the amplitude, so we can see the change in the amplitude in the waveform like this. So in this way, we have seen that the square input waveform that is converted to the triangular waveform with the help of this integrator. Now what we can do is we can re-perform this experiment by taking the sinusoidal waveform as input signal, and for that purpose we have to delete all the connections. Now let's say if we initialize the experiment by deleting all the connections. So all the connections got deleted. Now we can start the experiment same way. First of all, we need to make all the connections. Like first connection that was made between 1 and 7. The next connection between 3 and 7. The next connection between 4 and 5. Then 5 and 10. The next is between 11 and 8. Then after that, next connection is made between 12 and 6, and the next connection is made between 8 and 9. So after making all the connection, we have checked whether all the connections are right or wrong. So message here is the right connection. That means all the connections are right. So we need to set the value of resistance and capacitor again. So now let's change the value of this resistance. Initially we had set it to 10 kilo ohm. Now let's say we are taking this value as 1 kilo ohm, and we put the value of this capacitor, let's say that is put at 0.1 microfarad. After setting value, we click on this on to start the experiment. Now instead of giving the square waveform as input, we are providing the sinusoidal signal as input. So we double click on this to provide the sinusoidal input signal. We can see here, and when we click on oscilloscope, we get the output waveform, and we know that for sinusoidal input, the cosine waveform is the output signal that is obtained here. Now we can see if we click on channel 1, this is the input waveform. If we click on channel 2, this is the output waveform. If we click on dual, we have both the waveforms. We can increase the frequency here like this. We can increase the amplitude from this. So here we can observe both the waveforms. The input waveform, that is blue one, that is the sinusoidal input signal, and the orange one, this is the cosine waveform, that is the output signal to this integrator. So in this way we have performed this experiment, that is operational amplifier that is used as an integrator, and that is converting the square waveform to triangular waveform and the sine wave to cosine waveform. Thank you. So in this way, we can perform the experiment on operational amplifier that can be used as an integrator. And these are the references used to demonstrate this experiment. Thank you.